All right, welcome back, everybody. It is time for Extra Point on WNBF. I am Dave Ackert. Thank you for staying up late with me tonight. Boy, oh boy, what a week. 3 undefeated teams in the region looking to stay near or on top of their class. Could they get it done? Let's find out, shall we? Sports reporter Corinne McGrath was at our WNBF Extra Point game of the week between Wilson and number 3 ranked West Florence. Corinne, take it away.
Tonight's matchup between the West Florence Knights and Wilson Tigers was completely sold out, an electric crowd for a game that wasn't as charged. Wilson already the underdog heading into tonight's matchup. They also had to deal with a lot of players being out due to injuries, including wide receiver Zonde Butler, who was recently named to the Shrine Bowl roster. Getting things going, West Florence on the 1-yard line. Franklin Emerson is going to take it to the house and score just 2 minutes into tonight's matchup. Wilson now with the ball. Quarterback Jamel Eckers launches one down the field, and it's plucked out of the air by West Florence for the interception. The Knights ride right back down the field, and it's QB1 Deuce Hudson who does it himself, heading right down Main Street for another touchdown. Later, Hudson again fakes the pass off and travels easily into the end zone to make this game 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Into the second, Wilson making moves on 4th and goal. Eckers is sacked in the backfield for a turnover on downs. West Florence leads at the half 31-0 and goes on to run the show in the second half to beat Wilson tonight 45-7 to remain undefeated.
Obviously, it's a good feeling. We got to play better than we play tonight. I've been saying that for 3 weeks. Maybe at some point in time it'll hit home. But next week's going to be tough. The Hawks was really good, and we played okay. We got to be ready to go next week, though.
And just like that, West Florence is 8-0. They've got another tough matchup next week against Hartsville. Reporting in Florence, Corinne McGrath, WNBF Sports.
Alrighty, thank you, Corinne. Another one we got on tap for you. South Florence also looking to stay undefeated and be number 1 in their class. 4 rankings here in the showdown for Myrtle Beach. The Seahawks doesn't take long though for things to heat up. That's Myrtle Beach's Wyatt Cannon launching cannons to Jake Simmons. Takes it. Few defenders on that goal line with him. Malachi Washington now punching it in for the Seahawks touchdown. Oh, dang, there it was. Last play. Momentum here coming. Cannon again scrambling. There's the touchdown. Washington once again finding pay dirt. Myrtle Beach up 14-0. South Florence, though, they're going to answer back. There we go. It's the Syracuse commit and Lenora Sellers finding Singletary, getting that cutting it to 7. So Bruins quickly getting it up again. There we go. A handoff to Shiloh for the touchdown. South Florence not stopping though. Sellers connecting. Singletary putting the Bruins up 7. South Florence keeping things rolling later in the second. Sellers big run down the field. Sellers finding Juan Fargas. He was there. It was a touchdown. Trust me, they leading Bruins. They get 56-21 for the win on that one. Also tonight, the Hartsville Red Foxes hosted the Myrtle Beach Chiefs. And this one, not even close if you can tell on your screen there. Hartsville blew out and shut out the Chiefs. 49-0 for North Myrtle. The only way the road gets tougher there for them too. Next week they host that South Florence team that you just saw, and they're pretty good. For Hartsville, they have a big matchup too against West Florence. You'll see here in a minute, they're pretty dang good too. Socastee taking on Conway. Both teams looking to right the ship here. Braves lost 5 in a row. Tigers have lost 2 in a row. Somebody's got to win this one. A couple close calls and a couple turnovers in the end zone. That's not good. That doesn't lead to a lot of points. No one taking advantage here. This is what I'm talking about. Fumble. Literally, so close to a touchdown. But don't worry. The Tigers, they get things rolling. And we've said his name before, Devin Granger to Derek Grant. That's a 40-plus yard touchdown. So it's 7-0. So with 7 minutes to go until the halftime break. Then Granger, like I said, we've said his name before. We've also said this guy's name before, Aiden Brantley. And I've said it before, get it to number 8. And they do it. Touchdown for the 6'3" senior. 13-0, 10 seconds till halftime. Braves do make a second half comeback, though. Makes things really interesting in this game down the stretch. But the Tigers hold on to win at home, keep their playoffs hope alive, 4-5 on the season. Your final score there, 20-17. Carolina Forest, they traveled to Sumter to take on the Fighting Gamecocks. Not just any Gamecock, the Fighting Gamecocks. They ended up losing 42-21, so they dropped to 500 on the season. They look to rebound against Socastee next week, who maybe will lose, oh my gosh, what is that, 6 or 7 in a row now that would be. Well, Sumter, they're going to take on the St. James Sharks. And we're going to take a quick break here. I need to catch my breath. I don't know about you guys, but don't worry, we got more highlights and final scores coming up in 3.5 minutes.